animal, lo ama, siwe mua pukanamo, wahilo or lost to Kikaya, Lapelea, Tokone. Yet I think what I want, but when you let. Su pakari pelega takama ubaba ini pamela su pakari ya sikwa nemu dala ne kemir namo banana ke sidi le pelega takko bana mata fire ba mea na ya beleta ma ba takama o da kaki kana ba ho haba ta ma mea ba mo ta ho haba le ya bana ke sidi le mo ya ta sikwa ne ya ta sikwa. And then my follow-up question is why are they on paid leave?
And so first, I would like to establish that all of the performance evaluations whether positive or negative, are always made public out of transparency so the public can see them. And every single aspect of those performance evaluations are part of making sure that we continually and endlessly train our officers.
The major was put out the learning and what trade the Nila.
Is the fact that through these types of performance evaluations, there's also discipline that comes with that. And if at any time professional standards, the state or the city finds people out of line, so we are effectively ensuring that our police force is in order, and we work through the unions to ensure that as well. Now again, the Attorney General now has this investigation. And every single thing that was stated by the person asking the question will be taken into account. When it pertains to the investigation. The answer to the question on paid leave, it's simple. It is the standard procedure. It has always been the standard procedure. And while this is impossible, and I'm not asking you to understand this, but no different than everyone seeking justice in this, when something happens like this, whether it's a minor infraction or something that's as tragic as this, we have to take those police officers out of service. But contractually, we must still pay them. It's not a choice. Thank you.
把头把好了一样，我怎么呢？
နော်ရဲ့
Well, with us, Mabulo, Mike Lenagobu, W.
ဒီတော့ကြော်ရမယ်လေမြေကြော်ရမယ်ကြားတယ်ပြ
然后
တယ်
你把好了，这个东西不动门把那看哟。
Yeah, let me. I came to America in 2013, and I've been here 12 years. But I work in this country as a lot of justice and fair treatment in the community, not in Utica, in 50 states.
没嘛，当然不会，白我不会，白我
Do you care about Utica community? The next question, look at the boy mother face. Are you happy with your police department corrective brutality killing and shot this boy?
yes
Are you happy with that?
No.
完了。
Any situation in this community that leaves one of our youth deceased, I'm not happy with.
Thank you. And then the next question, should this family deserve justice at the end of this case?
It's not just the family. Everyone deserves justice, and that is why the Attorney General is taking every single step to investigate this, and justice will be served.
Thank you. The next question is a good question, but I'm very interested. When I was in refugee camp, I worked with the Harvard Law School to investigate my country.
What the fuck?
And then I know better than they know. But we came here, we want people helping us, not injustice, free and fair for this community. How do you think about that?
I agree with that. That is the whole nature of this country, is that everyone deserves all the same rights and all the same justice as every single individual. That's the basis of everything I believe in.
So, my next question, but I'm going to request, if I have a chance, so can I go and talk to you tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it's tomorrow's Monday, or is today Sunday? Today's Sunday? Yes.
Well, with us, about Tatikwa may own it. Preparing a welcome letter, like what he quay a little where Bell he quay a level color can say, Tatikwa minute, or with us, Tikwa at the ball. No, the bomb may keep on architect, no? You can figure out welcome letter about W, no? Okay.
Hello, with us, it's run at 10 years, like Loak Law. Run at 10 years, 10 years, Loak Law. W. Robale, me along, me and Mangani, your vote.
So thank you very much for coming here, Mayor. I voted for you at last election.
Yerote Adodaka, 2013, April 15, let Boston, Maradon Kani, Terribly Henry Mapupado, what be of Badunit.
So, like back in 2013, as we all know that there's a Boston Marathon bombing, the terrorists, there's a bomb blast, and there were like hundreds injured. Probably you can recall that.
Okay. Terribly Kia Glani, Lobo Kia Glani Tagani, you law, Athago Kisi law.
So one of the perpetrators is like, he's young, like youth, like probably in his like early 20s.
Okay. 20 ne Tagani Tagani 20 ne Palay Pone. Tanage Palay Takadiva.
So that one, police when they caught him, they didn't shoot him to death.
Kaine Thaza Tagani, Teme Thaza, teenager law, no you.
Right now, this one is, he's younger. He's not even youth, he's a teenager.
Teenager, 13 years ago. Palay Pone. Palay Chotiwa.
And the police, they apprehended him. They pressed him down.
Second police had Kadiwa.
And then the second police came in and shot him close range. And then there's a third police officer was chasing. So altogether there are three of them. So I think you already saw that footage. Did you see that? Are you happy about seeing that?
Okay,
Yeah, that's why.
Teenager to me terrible, Bamu Palay Bakazila. A quota or Johnny Zamio Palini, Creole, Nekoshabu, and Nakemi, Atoni, Namachumo, a ball.
So that kid, wasn't terrorist. He didn't like blow up anything, but he was shot dead at point blank range by your police. So that kind of officer still should be a law enforcement officer or not. As a mayor, I want you to think about that.
咱那都没本来这个是讲的，这出到过来也在办，这出到过来本来他妈老板，你要阿瑞把老吵了，妈，伢没有往你 justice 呢。
So that police needs to be out of the force. Only, for life. We demand that, and only then it will be serve justice for Nyamwe.
或者说，每这个呢，恁每个每这个呢，把屋嘞 family 我都看那个嘞，每个有这个我呢，可能把屋是搞了，但是搞还给他的那搞啥不呢？
So as you show sympathy to the family members, you should also consider and, as a mayor for all of us, about that decision.
或者说，本来这个没得么这个，把那看这个呢，你都搞了把他我呢，为啥子你那些你把个这样？
So, as our mayor, those one or all three officers that were involved, can you do something about it as our mayor?
我那是讲的，那么这个来有这个没有这个，来那我看书呢，这个没有这个了。
Only when that officer in jail, only then I can think that you are the greatest mayor of all of us here in Utica. Thank you very much, everybody.
So I stand before you understanding your expectation completely. But ultimately, that decision is not mine. The process that's going to happen moving forward is going to be that the Attorney General is going to review this entire case. An Attorney General who prosecutes and finds even the smallest issues in how people act. The decision that's by that Attorney General is going to be what I have to uphold. Now, what I do want to speak to is the officers that were involved. There's many times in this city, in this area, in this whole country where officers do have to use their duty on. And they are told, you did the right thing and you have to go back to work. I can tell you from my experience, even in the cases where officers have to end up in this position and they are found that they should go back to work, they are not only never the same, but almost in many cases, they do take their own lives, and it's something terrible to see.
What the
Now, the circumstances of whether things were done right or done wrong is up to the Attorney General. But when I did watch those videos, I did not see anger. I saw 3 officers attempting to perform their jobs
nó phát thi lỡ ở quê tư mà mi quê quả khi ở mua đá mà quê mua đá
And the end result was the worst result we could possibly imagine.
nó bắt sao đó
Sorry.
bao là lỡ à tờ ri được phải lỡ chú mua được bao mà
Now, it was months ago, I was in the other room.
nó lỡ phụ quỳ xả lá này ta ốp được khăn plei phụ này
One of the things we spoke about was youth violence and things for kids to do.
nó lỡ bật tiết của ta sa lỡ à tu ta xí xí con cả ta sa lỡ ba khử lỡ ta xí xí con cả ta muốn ta bổ ta cái gì đó thế được hả
And we spoke, not only in this room, but many other rooms, about the fact that if we don't fix every situation with the youth right now, where they are carrying guns,
nó ta cái ta khử lỡ bật tiết thế được hả thế mấy ta lo cả mấy cái áo lỡ bật tiết thế nào ta sa lỡ ta muốn ta ra mà ta you look at it wow the need ban o do di lo
that we were all fearful that we might end up where we are today.
ta yo do ma le wa se ko le so ba to ko wa lo ni wa se bu to ka te ba bu no khame a tu le ta o sa di ni bo do ta ba yo ka kwa do lo ma le ta sa ko ni
Now, you mentioned the bombing in Boston.
ne yo da pya le ta ba pu ro bon le Boston ne
I remember feeling the same way you did.
no ye tu ba ta bi ko lo di ne te so ni tu ba ta mi ko lo
How could they go to arrest somebody where they knew where he was?
no ba mu ne ko wa se le pop pa la pe he tu di yi to mo ni ba da
Hiding in a boat. He was hiding in a boat. Hiding in a boat.
no do ki kha le lo ma da ki ba no
And they would just take him away and bring him to trial.
nó đó ta hay cái số đó ta to họ lên xin nhờ ta ta lụa quam mà nó ta lụa quam đã
As much as the same anger might be felt, those two situations are two totally different situations.
nó ta sa độ bế ta sa độ cái đó sa bắp này ta có sa khi mì nữa cái đó sa lúc cô
It is.
nó sa đi cái đó nó sa nó có sa được bắt được ta mà sa đi đó
And I am just taking the ultimate responsibility that if you and the people in this room don't like the outcome that is found in the months to come,
nó một quê đó lên bộ phê được khám ta lo về mình và thứ được cái đó ta sơ thì phải lên cái đó phải lên từ gì đó cái đó
well, myself, the police chief, the deputy police chief, will do everything that we can to iteratively train people
nó ta mới cái nó phải lấy khối thì phải này phải cái class ở cái đó nữa nó phải cái train police phải cái hit up phải lấy thì phải ta số nó ta mà lo cái
and make sure something like this does not happen again.
Nó phụ trách gì là có thể về bao là
thì phải suốt mà là ta nó được lo được đó
I fear
so mình chơi
inevitability will bring us there.
the kim mình đi đi vào đi từ cái thế đi vào
tu bắt bắtเลยta hết nó phải đi nó mua đào rồi đấy
If we don't work together
cái mấy cái mặt của đó tập phù hợp anh ấy
and ensure our youth are safe.
nó ta sao thì phải à vậy tụi đó ta biết ta bơiเลยvậy thì có
And again, I'm very sorry.
nó vậy rồi thế cái rồi thì được lo gì ta đó mà lấy ta mà tại đó
But you did ask for me to make a promise that I know I can't keep in certain circumstances.
nó bắt nó ta thế thì nó ta đi nó phải qua được cái bá nó phải tuột cái bá
Thank you.
cái nó ta đi qua lấy cái bà nó là ở con này bị cái là số đó mới cái chi đó bôi lên này cái yura sư nó đó là giờ đi chỉ qua yura sư đó kia sao à cái gì qua chỗ lên nè okay lady first go này
So I don't hear many people saying this, and I really want to make this clear to you, and I hope you are looking at me with your eyes, that this is an act of racism. Because if it was two white males walking at 10 p.m. on the street, you would not stop them. You would not stop them at all. But because it's two ganyan, not Karen, ganyan, potha meaning people, meaning children, only 13, they were stopped because of their skin color, because of the community that they grew up in. You, as the mayor, are supposed to represent the community. We are the community. You need to take sides. This is an injustice. There are two sides, good and evil. You, as the mayor, need to take a side on this, because when you do not take a side, you basically ally and agree with the injustice that just happened. Now, you said you have children, correct? What if this happened to your children? You would be angry. There are angry people out here. We are furious. and we're not happy with the outcome. You cannot bring a 13-year-old boy back to life. If you lost a child, you would not be able to bring him or her back to life. And these parents, they lost someone. We lost someone. And I have a question for you. You said that you would be transparent, honest with us, correct? Well, we don't feel that way. You haven't been honest. You haven't been transparent. There are so many sides of the stories I've heard that we've heard, and we just want the truth from you. So my question is, when they are releasing the rest of the police personal records online to make them up to date, most haven't been updated since 2020. When are they going to update those so that we can see them? We can see the videos. We can see the police reports of what truly happened, not just from UPD's side, from the people, from the community. You're supposed to protect and serve us. You said UPD, they were doing what was right. No, they weren't. The boy was already on the ground. He was shot.
Yes.
Why shoot him when he was already held down on the ground, beaten? 3 male police officers and a 13-year-old boy. It's like beating a child. That is called manslaughter when you shoot someone right in the chest. And you wanted to do CPR? Well, he's not coming back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And the next question for you is, what are you doing to build a better relationship between the police and the youth and community?
So, to answer the question or statement on racism.
Like sister ta ti kwa le me racism na ta kwa to long na ta kwa to long wa ka lu ki wa ma ba le
Many in this room are going to be very angry with my answer. But those boys were not stopped because of their race.
Why would they stop? They're scared of the police.
Yeah.
I personally went over all of the reports, all of the actual ongoing investigations, and it is in my belief they were not stopped because of racism. I've dealt with racism myself, not personally, I've seen it, I've had to stop it.
No, fa na kasa da ta pa kwa so me ta kwa ta khele me ko le racist ta kwa ke le we wo jai mo la kwa ta lo jai te me ta do le we ma ta ba ta thi ba le me mo no.
What I witnessed on the body cam footage, what I saw with my own eyes, and all of the reports I read leading up to that incident, there was no reference or any indication that there was any racism.
No di ta kwa ta wo so do ta thi le ta wo so ni ta ke te si lo ti ti mi ni ta kwa to lo ko le no ke lu we wo mo ta te thi le a pa fu a o fu ba le ta ro mu khai pu mo no.
Now, with all that said, that's my opinion.
When ni mi na sa ta su ko mo ta lo mo no.
And anyone else can form their own opinion.
No di wo wa ta ga su su order pa thi di pa thi so da pa na pa di pa thi so ni si we lo mo no.
And I will look even further with scrutiny.
No sa ti ki me ni ho ta ki ko thi da ki kwa lo ti lo se ti ya lo.
So that we can ensure that we don't But again, in this specific instance, I do not believe that was the case. The second piece of the question, it was about my children.
And what
it would be like if I was to lose one of them. And I truly believe that no one in this room, if you've not lost a child, can imagine that.
tu ba ko do ma no tu at se ba ta me ba kwa se me di ne
But every single day I do talk to my children.
no ko ni de ne sa te da sa ka tu da sa po ne
And I tell them time and time again
no tas the blow la la ni ta te the blow la la ni
that every single choice, no matter how big or small,
no ta te mi la la le a chi ge do ge le su ma ne
is something they have to make every day to preserve themselves.
no ta te mi la la su ma ne su ke me kwa le ke hu ki ya la wa kwa phwe la ta hu ki ya la su ta
And make sure that they themselves won't end up in tragedy. They won't end up in tragedy.
no ba no sa te wa se le mo su ta mu su te te ma ka te la su te te le ta se is the project de
It's moving on to the police records. I'm going to review the police records, and if they aren't up to date, they will be up to date next week. I haven't seen and gone through that specific page myself, so I'm not sure what you're referring to in particular, but if they aren't, I will update them.
no dia ta te la ta ki kwa thi ta do ple ta no le bu ko ta ho ti pa ni
ke yi so mo ne pa e do si kwara ono na kini ni
No, so, hang on, 'cause I can't remember the second person's question. I'm sorry.
Allah khia ne de system
ta pe no we ki ga de ta si kwa che mo no
And the youth in the community.
Okay. So there's multiple different things we do and we're active with, whether it's sports leagues, actual outreach. We do have parties in parks. We do have police working within the schools, not only as security officers, but working with children. And especially within many of the different communities, we are in contact with the center. And moving forward, we are doing more. And I know that we have actually, in the past few months, reached out specifically to the Karen community so that we can make sure that we do build that relationship. Unfortunately, now we're going to be building it from this as a starting point rather than just actual outreach and work within the community.
ta vi ami le po we pa ma ti pa ni mo no pa ko se ko da pa le ta re lo ba thwe do ko mu na ti pa mo no ko na ti pa pa le tu le ta lo a do le be we ti do le pa be do ko na ti pa no pa le ti pa ni pa le pa to we bu mo pa to we blue ku akla mo le chu be ge mta ye pa le we pa le re lo ba thwe da pa le ko da pa ta ro ne pe he tu se ko le ko nyo ko akla be mo no le pu ku ni no pa sa do ke ta ke sa ni pa ba sa ro ga do le su nya ko do blo ni do blo le ko ke he do lo ba phwe ta le ti nya a tho ta da pa a tho lo ta ma we ni bi pa ta ma do pa ma ho
But whether it's reading to children, like actual books in
awe ma
school,
bo ta kha ni no ba ta ti la le system aw ba sa we ma bo ba ta ya ba yi
playing basketball, soccer, and other games in the parks to children.
no pa we lo pa basketball na mi pa da bo we lo pa le da fu do pa ta le kha sin pa
Or having our police officers actually take trainings on the actual cultural differences between all the different cultures that move here through the refugee center.
no ta ko ta ka ba pa ma ta ko da refugee center mo no pa le ba ko na de pa le ko na de pa pa ma da refugee center le ko ka tin nya pa ta ku alu la ta se ta la di to
ta si se je ye ling nam de
We are doing those things and we are very active in them. And I understand, and not only understand, but expect the anger right now.
no pa ma di pa te ko ye ro ta ko ni pa ma ho ta ma ho pa di to ke na pa a ro ta no di pa te to lo ke di mo le ka ke ro ta ho ro fu ko ro ta sa do
But no matter how much we do, we always continue to iteratively do more to make sure we understand our community.
do pa o di do ta to le pa ka ma di do pa ka ma su nya di to pa na pa a tho lo ta le pa to we bu do ta ba the lo ta de pa to we di pa
The other thing I want to say about the deceased is my daughter just graduated from Donovan.
no ta do te ti te mi ni ko do po po to ka le a si bi de ga ni no ta ko ro to block ko da ta po mu le chu de pla ko le be Donovan lo
I was at the graduation.
ta ti kwa no wa me ta po mu ko ta ti kwa ba pro ro te pa yi
And when I saw the news and I had to go to the police station to review what happened,
no peta tita ka so do ka le pele rudo ka kwa ka da ke ka ma ta ti phai
For me in particular, I recognized him. I sunk.
bam le ta di ta me pa de ta me pa de so da ta ti lo ko ne ta me ta sa lo tu ba ma ta lo ma no ta ti nya ko ne
This impacts our entire community.
ta di se pa ni me ma ba do we pa to we do tu nya lo
All of these kids know each other.
bam le ko ta de ga ti nya la ka ti ko a ma ba ti nya a ma
And I can't tell you how much grief everyone is also feeling with you, and the concern and the need to just move forward together and make sure something like this can't happen again is with everyone in this community, no matter what race they are.
me ta sa tu ma no me ma ta ge bra le ko so da pe ti pa pam le no a ge le ta sa tu we no pe e do te ti mi ta pa ma sa sunya no de blo le ba ko ti ke ra sa sunya no de blo le ba mo no
Thank you.
Cha thế bây giờ.
Awani with us now. Put the kasika pudoka blue gani gisera. Stand up. Okay. Ukono. Wa poko papa idiga with us gisera. Nala. Now awani ose Europe asil. Nanta diko with us gisera. Huh? Only Europe. Now Europe. You right? Awani. And one in Lenny, Jacobella, the guy, Kiga, Saga, Luiga, Yega, Fuga, Nuiga, Goga, Quiga, Agapi, and 11 with Pastor Paul. Now the Siriga. Bad or Goga de Tiquabada, Basan, Nakita, Secretary to Alba, the Tahekura Yoli, no, some of the I went in the.
But the Jiche, but I couldn't. Permitting a assistant killer.
I went in the so we have at least 10 questions. Do you have 10? Okay. No. I went in there, no. That the one with us, my pool on the sepo. No, I went in there, that is one of the Pokemon or Pupupo, the Pokemon to pay Hunari, Pokahine, the seed flood of the way. Any fair, let's go on it. No. No, Tahanya do me a sister, that the Papa Ali. No. I hold in a Pagamadini no, that he got to see the blood. Okay. Okay, now when in the
So earlier you said you saw the video. You said the police did what they were supposed to do.
So hang on, because multiple people have said that I said the police did what they were supposed to do.
No,
Just to clarify, I said I am not here to be the judge and jury on what the police did or did not do. That is in the hands of the AG right now. I have. That's the standard. Yeah.
You said the police didn't look like they were doing the job out of anger, that they did what their job supposed to do. But as a police officer, I know when your life is threatened, you're supposed to use deadly force whenever by any means, correct? But the first officer, he was closer. And if anything, if he was the one that to shoot the kid, it would be like more understandable, correct? But then the other officer, he was all the way at the back. He was like 3 seconds away. 3 seconds. And on top of that, he has 6 years experience. Should he have more experience working under pressure? Or this is the facts. This is not based on racism opinion. This is the facts. He was 3 seconds away. 3 seconds full sprint. He probably all the way back here and the body's down there. Like what made him go all the way down there and shoot him when he see his co-worker on top of him?
I can't. I'm not the police officer. I was not in the moment of that. So I can't, I would love to offer answers to all of these questions, but I can't answer that. It's literally not possible for me.
I got a cat that he got Baba Batu Bada, you know, me, I decided did I tell you lot, all of you, Buba, Toler ground ba no ta kera da ne. Ako ni ta ti kwa di der ba ni te mele a kicha le khoplo le kicha ba. Ako ni di so le ta ti kwa ta no ri a si se we te se ba no awan ni a he ti ta si se de ne ba de ko o we la. No ba sa da ke mi mele ta ri le aba chwe la da ba ko di sa ta ti o di le no ama se ba ke se di le ta ta tren di to mo we de a te kwa ke fi al se bo. Ko ne ba ke la le photo kwa blue ka ni no.
This is my question to the mayor. You're saying how those. You're saying how like this police knows how to do their jobs, right? And you're saying like one of the officers kept on repeatedly punching the kid in the face while the other like was aiming his gun on the chest. And this is my question to the mayor. Like, why was the officer kept on punching the kid on the face while he's on the floor?